Thank you for the welcome, and in fact, it is indeed my proud privilege to be part of this prestigious event being hosted by 9.9 Media and meeting so many prospective CIOs. They call NEXT100 CIO Winners, which are going to be in our community. Apologies for being delayed in reaching here due to other exigencies, but I'm sure next 25 to 30 minutes will take you through a journey which will actually complement what you would have heard from my other fellow speakers throughout the day. At the outset, I must also compliment 9.9 Media for bringing out these events and many of their initiatives we have been associated with. The topic which has been provided to me to speak about is people and culture, the real elements of virtual world. Now, imagine that you are into a Bollywood cinema and you have been assigned the role of a producer. Imagine that what is important for a producer is a screen, what comes on the screen. And imagine that producer feels that he is supposed to make only a film. But there are many other things which are associated just apart from making a film, is how to engage the audience, how to get the right contents on the screen, how to give the message which you are supposed to, how to protect your copyrights and so on and so forth. The role of an IT person is just like a producer of a Bollywood cinema because you control the screens of your organization. And those screens are no more limited to the organization. They have now moved onto your mobile phones and into your virtual world. So to begin my session, I would like to run a video. And I would request them to put on the video. And this video is actually a Bollywood film and movie song, which will take you through your past. I would request your attention. Please put the sound to kindly go through this video and then rewind your own personal and official life.
छा गई वो भूली
Well, thank you. While watching this video, you must have realized a couple of things, out of which the most important thing is many of the picture frames which were shown in this video have disappeared from our lives, from our ecosystem now. And therefore, many of the picture frames which we are responsible to run today are going to be faded out in the days to come. So that's important to realize. Now imagine a situation that how many hours do you have in a work day? All of us, whether we are in India or across the world, we have just 24 hours. What I'm going to show you in next 2-3 slides is analysis of these 24 hours and what is the importance of IT custodians to manage those 24 hours in the ecosystem, whether it is in your official capacity or personal capacity. And we have taken a sample of year 2007, which is just 10 years back, year 2010, which is a couple of years back, and year 2017, which is the current year. And therefore, at 3 different points in the industry, the data was collected and it was identified that a lot of things have changed across these 3 years. What has changed? The sleeping pattern of human beings in an average 24 hours day, people say it has declined, but we say that it is 8.5 hours people sleep. What is the working pattern? We work 8.5 hours in a day. Many of us work more. What is the next pattern? We spend 2 to 3 hours in our survival work. Getting up, getting ready, taking bath, taking food, so on and so forth. What is left is just the white column out of these 24 hours. Imagine what is happening to this white space. This white space is the most important space for any human being because this is your personal space. This is the space which allows you to devote your time to your families. This is the space, this is the time when you can ensure executing your hobbies. This is the time when you can become an individual of your own. This is the time when you can reflect what you are. And what is actually happening to this white space? Can you imagine? Any thoughts what's happening to this white space? This white space is being occupied by red space. What happened in 2007? When the Apple launched the first iPad, some proportionate part of this white space went to the screen. What happened in 2010? This proportion improved upon because apart from iPad, iPhone also came in, smartphones came in. And what's happening in 2017? This red space has increased and therefore the white space in your life has reduced only to this much. You'll ask why I'm putting this slide? Because again to remind, you are custodians of managing this red space. This red space has occupied the white space which was your personal time, but don't forget this has also occupied majority part of your official space which is 8.5 hours of working. Also substantial part of your space of traveling or commuting to office and so on. And therefore as IT people, it is very important for you to realize this fact and plan yourself. Because this yellow silver line is going to reduce. The humanity aspect of our society is going to reduce and digital is going to take the entire ecosystem. You are wishing the birthdays and anniversary now using the social media. Gone are the greeting cards, gone are the telephone calls. You are not visiting your parents or relatives, you are doing a video chat with them. All this is getting occupied from the digital space, and who is custodian of digital space? You. What is happening to this digital space? All of us are surfing, all of us are using internet sites. So the analysis says the internet sites related to relaxation, exercise, weather, reading, education, health, people normally spend just 9 minutes a day. What's happening to the other side? The websites related to dating, social networking, gaming, internet, entertainment, news, web browsing, people are spending average 27 minutes a day. How many times have you seen your mobile phone while sitting in this conference since morning? Multiple times, you don't even remember. So how do we manage this? How do we effectively manage? Imagine the same example of film producer. How do you put the right contents, secure contents to the people? Now imagine another thing. What is the reason that people spend so much of their time on these screens? The simple reason is that in those old days, when you saw the video, there was a stopping queue. If you are watching Ramayana or Mahabharata on a TV, you know it is a 30 minutes episode, that's it. If you are watching news, it is 10 minutes, that's it. There is no stopping queue in the current times. Do you have a stopping queue on your WhatsApp, on your Facebook, on your YouTube? Is there someone to stop? Even if your parents or your family members, they stop, you have reasons to continue. So therefore, this has impacted our official lives also. This is a typical office. When you used to work for companies like Honda, we used to erect such offices and people used to appreciate, oh, well done, such a beautiful office. What has happened to this office? It has converted into office during the daytime, cafeteria in the evening time, bars into the weekends. What's happening to our lunch? We used to sit quiet and enjoy our lunch. Now all of us, whether in our community or outside, are busy watching our smartphones during lunch. Whereas earlier, if you call someone over dinner, they would like to pose like this. Now they are posing like this. Is it not a fact? Now what's happening to technologies? Let's take a route elsewhere for which you are responsible, for which we are responsible for. The mobile, the IoT, the cloud, the advanced analysis, analytics, security, all this has come our way. If you have not adopted it in your organization, you will be asked to adopt by your seniors, by your board. People will come and ask you, what is your plan on IoT? What is your plan on cloud? Why? Because there is a connected community. Your suppliers, your customers, they want to stay connected with you. And therefore, everyone is looking for fast deployment, dynamic changes, flexibility to scale, and they want to eliminate the complexity and they want to reduce the cost. And therefore, how do you manage it? Till now, as part of your IT team, you were just executing. But now you are moving to the next step, probably by getting some award from the Pocket CIO or IT Next Award, which some of you would be getting in coming days. You would be made more responsible in your careers, in your lives, in your official capacities to manage this. How do you manage this effectively? That's the purpose of my talk. How do you manage it effectively? Number one is stay connected. Stay connected through all your assets, whether it is human assets or it is a machine asset. And IoT helps us to do that. Have information, collect information in a meaningful manner, optimize all the processes, innovate, bring new ideas in your business, collaborate. These are certain simple things which we all know. We nod our head when somebody tells us, but when we go to our workplaces, we find it difficult to implement. So I'm going to tell you in the next few minutes how easy it is to implement. These words are not just buzzwords. It's very easy because the ecosystem is making it easy. Because if you don't implement them, you will enter into instances which will ask you to implement them. For example, if you are having internet access in your office or in your home, please ensure that there is an increase in 34% of the malicious websites. Likewise on emails, likewise on endpoints, you have ransomwares, likewise for internet, likewise on mobile. Everywhere you will find an increase in the security threat. So while it is a challenge for you to bring all this, it is an equal challenge for you. How do you secure all this? How do you effectively run all this? And therefore, it is important for you to have a collaborative approach, to put the right technologies, to be emotionally connected with your people, to have a digital mindset, to have a personal connection. Many of our fellow CIOs, they come and ask me, what is one simple reason in Indian continent to be successful as a CIO? And they would have invested crores and crores of rupees in best of technologies in their organizations. The simple answer I give them is, however you have gone digital, please ensure that you stay connected in an analog manner. If you as an audience, you are my esteemed audience listening to my talk, I give a talk and go back, and that's it. Instead, I come and shake hands to you and say, hello, Mr. A.P. Singh ji, hello, Mr. Shailendra Chaudhary ji, hello, Mr. Sharma, hello, Mr. Verma. You will remember me in a better manner next time. Same thing applies to your business community. Email Emailing and telephoning are the days. You have to continue to stay connected with the Sharmajis and Guptajis of the world to be successful in your CIO journey. Due to paucity of time, I am skipping these slides because I am told I am the last speaker and there are just few minutes. So I am skipping some of those slides, but what is happening in the workplace? The access to knowledge, which used to be in libraries, which used to be in attending lectures, has gone to cell phones and Wikipedias. Everyone is trying to use the knowledge to their advantage. Everyone is trying to translate the idea into a goods or a service. And therefore, it's important for you to move from one state to other. How do you move? You move a process into a strategy, into a technology. And you keep on disrupting the existing investments on technologies which you have made. The historical CIO, everyone used to call you, come fast. Here is a problem, you have to give a solution. That was the definition of a CIO. What is the present day's definition? You are the champion of disruptor. You have to come and tell that this projector which you have invested 10 years back, however it is running effectively, but there is a new projector which has come like this, you have to invest in this, throw away that, and therefore you are going to reduce the cost, improve the throughput, and so on and so forth. And therefore you have to enable the entire intelligent world, and therefore you have to be part of the central management. Many organizations where IT people are not able to do this, there are intelligent business people who start doing this. We call it shadow IT. So that's a different topic which I can speak for another hour. I don't want to touch upon that. But if you don't do it in your organization effectively, someone else will penetrate into your space and start doing the role of a CIO or IT head or IT person, and that's called shadow IT. And little results which he shows, because he is a non-IT person, will be appreciated many, many times. Then many results which you show might not get appreciated. It's very important to understand. Why? Because the demands and challenges are increasing. The demands are everything should be mobile. Everything should have hybrid. Everything should have scalability. Everything should be BOYOD. And challenges are, you put everything, how do you secure? How do you simplify? How do you reduce cost? How do you handle the end user management? Having said all this, just in this 20 minutes, I want to give you certain pointers which can help you when you go back. What are the 7 steps for building a digital strategy for your enterprise? I represent Jindal Group in the capacity of the group CIO. And we have been making in India for many, many years. And we have expanded not only domestic, but globally. And we have a vision. As a group, we have a vision. So even in bad times of our business, we ensure that we have a strategy of IT, of business, which is linked. So first thing is you should understand your goals. What are your goals? What is your business upon? How you are going to complement your business? How you are going to digitize your business? Once you have understood that, how do you identify the important stakeholders in your organizations? And how do you engage with them? When you say engage, it is not a digital connect, as I said, it is an analytical, analog connect also, meeting with them over a cup of coffee, sitting in their offices instead of calling them to the conference room, understanding their pain areas, providing a solution together. Third is review your processes. Many organizations, they have set processes. They say, I have SOPs, I have SAP system, I have Oracle system, and everything is process defined. If you have not changed your processes over a period, all those processes are going to become obsolete. So review your processes. It is very important that you throw away all the slow or obsolete processes which you have. Then every time you have that personal space, the white space I talked about, take a 360-degree view of your goals. This is applicable to your personal life also, official life also. One of my friends, he had a target to go to US, and he went to US before the scheduled time he have thought out. How? I asked him how. He said, whenever I used to get personal time, I used to review how fast I can move to US. Because that was his target. That was his target. And he ultimately landed in US ahead of the time when he would have thought of. Likewise, your projects, likewise, your work, likewise, your office. Take a 360-degree view of your entire goals. Evaluate your people and interactions. You must have a very good team below you. That's the biggest challenge in our country, that we have population, we have good people, but we don't have better people. We don't have excellent people in your team. How do you engage good people in your team? How do you retain them? How do you interact with them? How do you understand the dynamics of the people in our country to be successful is another challenge. Evaluate your digital footprint. People say, we have invested in technologies. We have a capex approved from the board. It was just approved. How can I change it? We have some machines where OT is there, operating systems and the interfaces are all proprietary. If I start changing them, it will be a huge cost to me. No. Keep evaluating with respect to advantage. And prioritize and develop your plan, which I am sure everyone is doing. How do you prioritize yourself? There would be many things during the day. In fact, I had a very tight schedule today, but I made it a point to reach here at the end of the day, because I had to honor the invitation which the organizers had given me. Last 3 slides. How do you become successful? The first and important thing is, this is the time, this is the biggest opportunity for you to become better and successful than never before. Because the years of 2017 to 2020, people say, are the best of the years for technology. Most of the innovations are happening here. Most of the enterprises are becoming digital. Most of the best of the technologies are coming up. People were talking till yesterday about IoT, cloud, social, mobile analytics. People are now talking about artificial intelligence, robotics, bots, and so on and so forth. So therefore, you should have a digitally led transformation. You should keep on delivering to the stakeholders something or anything, each day, each week, each month. You should encourage experimentation and risk-taking. This is very important. Indians lag on this. If you don't experiment how your hybrid cloud is going to work, how your network is going to work, how you are going to reduce your cost, you will never be able to bring innovation in your business, in your enterprise. Be humble and agile. If it is a mistake that I was delayed for the session, it was my point that before beginning the session, I say, I am sorry for being late. You need not pay tax to say this. Same thing is with our business stakeholders. If we are humble, if we are agile with them, they accommodate you. And they accommodate you in a big manner, and which in turn helps you a lot. Do not fear about questioning your own decisions. You might have taken a decision yesterday, yes, I have to do this, but today you have to change that decision. Don't fear. You have to keep changing the decisions. User experience is important. User experience is mission critical. People are talking about UI and UX now. And I was talking about those screens and custodians of screens. If you do not provide the right content on those screens, if the user is not getting the right experience using your screen, he will switch on to some other screen. Because there are many options available. And it applies in your official capacity also. Change your staffing strategy. This is another biggest problem in our country. We continue with our old staff, with old mindset, and we feel that what they are saying is correct. I am not against that. But at the same time, you must understand that India is having rich advantage of having young, energetic, hardworking, English-speaking young population. You should actually keep on inducting those fresh population into your enterprise and allow them to work under those old timers and allow them to work freely, innovate things. And therefore, just by changing your staffing strategy, you will get a lot of young blood, lot of fresh energy into your team, which is going to help you to execute your projects. Change your default response from no to yes. If somebody is calling Mr. A.K. Singh, till yesterday, the response was, it's not possible. How are you asking it today? Today, the response is, yes, it is possible. Let me see how I can get it delivered to you as soon as possible. The whole concept has changed. Whole mindset has changed. Change your key IT focus areas to innovation. Your IT focus area is not to keep the lights up and running. Your IT focus area is how do you innovate? How do you go from on-premise to cloud? From normal compute to SAN-based compute. From this compute to that compute, and so on and so forth. Last and important thing. Being a CIO and leading your company through digital transformation aren't mutually exclusive. Those of you who have understood this will be running in a very speedy manner on your CIO journey. Yesterday night around 12:30, one of my junior from my previous organization, Aditya Birla Group, he was chatting with me on WhatsApp. And it's a real life story example which I must tell you on this. And he was the person whom I had inducted as a fresher in my team. And I no more work for Aditya Birla Group, and there was a position vacant in Aditya Birla Group. So I said, you must try for that position. You know the response of that boy? He said, I don't have aspirations for that position. Bole, I have aspirations for the position which, sir, you were holding in my organization. Look at the young blood. Such high ambitions, such high aspirations people are having. Why all this? Because in the days to come, my other speakers, my other friends would have talked about this. In the days to come, machine to machine, machine to human, machine to AI interface is going to increase. This is going to be the key for tomorrow. And therefore, for you it is very important to embrace all this and choose a technology priority for you. There are many options available. How do you choose a technology priority? I'll skip this slide because I am short of time, but you can discuss with me offline if you want any help on this. But the last and important slide is, while doing all this in India specifically, how do you manage the people becomes important. And this is touching the topic of my talk. Because in your community, in your office, or in your personal space, you will find 4 or 5 kind of people. The first one would be supercharged. People who are supercharged, they are inspiring excellence, 10x times. People who are effective, they will come to office, they will work smart, they will go back. People who are driven, they will work very hard. They will say, sir, मैं 8 बजे तक काम कर रहा हूँ, ये कर रहा हूँ, कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, but results will be very slow. There will be capable people in your team who you will assign some work, they will tick the boxes and go at 5:30, they will say, I have done this work, sir. There will also be disengaged people who will be doing time, who will be waiting for the lunch time, who will be waiting for the tea time, and 5:30 they will just check out. And the last important is there will be destructive people who will drain the energy. What this gentleman is talking, everything is available on Google. Why is he coming here in Novotel and talking about all this out here? That's called destructive people. We also know what he is talking. We could have gone to Google and searched about all this. Everything is available. Why he is talking? You have to manage all sort of people because you have to manage the show. So you have to keep with you the people who are supercharged, effective, driven, capable. At the same time, you have to manage the people who are disengaged and destructive. Because why? Because this is the road from Novotel to your next journey. When you go out of this room, after listening my talk, I want each one of you to go with double power, double energy, double vision, double aspiration, like I was talking about that young boy, towards this journey, along with 9.9. And this journey is going to be a journey of excellence because, as I said, 2017 to 2020 are interesting years of technology and innovation. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for having patience to hear me this evening. I will be delighted to stay connected with you. Thank you so much.